Well, hello there. It's that time again. Yes, it is indeed. It is time for our weekly tarot slash astrology blog here on this beautiful, hot, but clear Sunday, July, I always wanted to say June, July the 15th of 2018. And as usual, I'm going to go over some Marseille tarot cards from the CBD Tarot. Yes, that's what you see every week. Beautiful Tarot de Marseille cards, both the major and the minor arcana. And then we'll take a look at some astrology. Not that there's a lot to look at for this week, but we will go over something, okay? So do stay tuned. As always, it will be interesting. All right, now let's go ahead and look at some major arcana from the Tarot de Marseille. They're going to come onto the screen here in a moment and cover my face. The cards that we have for this week are the Emperor, the Fool, and Judgment. These cards seem to recur a lot, and I really do shuffle the deck very carefully. I do make sure I don't read you with a loaded tarot before I come and do this blog. But here we have it. Now the Emperor is looking to the left, looking in the direction of the past. He's holding up his scepter as if to either control it or defend himself against it. And he's very rigid. He's sitting there very rigid, very strong, very masculine, very controlling. You'll notice the eagle on his shield, which is sitting at his feet, is also looking to the left. So there's a lot of power being exerted here in controlling or dealing with the past. Now the Fool, he doesn't want anything to do with it. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm out of here. You can have the past, Mr. Emperor. I'm moving onwards. I'm moving towards the future. And I'm heading towards the call of judgment. I'm headed towards the voice of the angel. I'm following my vision. I'm following my way. I am heeding that call. Now it's interesting to notice that the blue shield at the feet of the Emperor appears to transform into that small animal, whether we call it a dog or a cat, that appears to be either goading or clawing at the behind of the Fool as he's making his trail. Now we could say that that power of trying to control the past, that becomes a motivational force now in the present. We unleash that energy and it can push us forward. The Fool in turn can be seen as the angel itself making the call. It's an inner call. And what's being called up is our inner force. As we look at the naked man that's blue in the middle of the lower part of the picture, and that Judgment card, again, it's that blue color of that animal that was pushing or goading the Fool forward. So this is a time of inner awakening. This is a time to heed the call, not to ignore it, not to get stuck in rigid patterns from the past, but now it's time to break open and move forward. And our minor arcana cards do support this interpretation. That's right, we're going to have a couple of minor arcana now come onto the screen. They're going to flank me. We do this because they're very good at giving practical advice. And the two cards that are going to come down now onto the screen are the Nine of Swords and the Four of Coins. Now, Nine of Swords, same as Nine of Spades and playing cards, is not a real positive card. It's not a happy type card. It's struggle. It's making negative changes. The sword is trying hard to push through that structure. It's doing it. It's going through the structure of those other swords, but it takes a lot of force to do it. But once we do it, once you push past that resistance, that fear, that negativity, whatever it is you want to call it, then it's smooth sailing. We can see the Four of Coins is almost like a car, like wheels turning. Okay, and that structure in the middle, you could see that as nurturing something, or you could just see it as like the body of a car is moving forward. It's rolling forward with our ideas. Coins are money or ideas. We're rolling forward with our ideas. And that's a good thing to do at this time. And even the astrology, okay, also kind of touches upon that, as we'll see. Okay, looking at the astrology, there's not a lot here this week. I don't have like a bunch of good planetary aspects that I want to go over with for you. We are in the waxing phase of the moon. We had the new moon recently, last week. So now the moon is increasing in power. This is a time for the law of attraction. This is the time to bring things in that we want to have in our lives, whether it's money, ideas, creativity, passion, love, partner, whatever it is. Business concerns, this is the time to go ahead and bring that in. Now, as I mentioned, we don't have particular aspects I want to go into. I think the most important thing, or interesting thing that's coming up is a week from today, we are going to have the sun entering the sign of Leo. Now that is significant because the sun does rule Leo. This is a sign in which it excels, that lion power. So we're going to come into a very powerful time for us Leos. I'm a Leo rising, so I know that'll kind of spark me up a little bit. And for you Leos, I do want to give you an early, this is kind of early indeed, happy birthday, okay? Because the sun is entering that sign next Sunday. Well, there you go. There is your weekly tarot/astrology blog. I do thank you for listening. I really do. Appreciate you tuning in. Till I see you next week, many, many blessings.